All right, welcome back to our final preview of the day. We'll do the other 4 previews tomorrow. So we're going to do Edmonton and LA right now. And this could be another very interesting series. 2 teams with a lower point total, are pretty close together, just 3 points off each other. I think it's going to be a very interesting series with a team that has defied expectations and have done very well this year, and a team with the best player in the league. Here's my bracket once again. My bracket video is in the playlist in the description below, so make sure to check that out. It's a good one. And also my other 3 previews that I released today are also in that playlist, so if you're interested, make sure to check those out. So let's get into the preview now with Edmonton and LA. Game 1 is today in Edmonton at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So the Oilers, 49, 27, and 6, 104 points. Their top 6 skaters, Evander Kane, Connor McDavid, Jesse Puljujarvi, Zach Hyman, Leon Draisaitl, and Killer Yamamoto. Their top 4D, Darnell Nurse, who might be back for game 1. We'll see. Cody Ceci, Duncan Keith, and Evan Bouchard. Their goaltending, Mike Smith looks like he's going to start with, based on his numbers. But Koskinen, 27, 12, and 4, 3.1 goals against average, 903 save percentage. Mike Smith, 16, 9, and 2, 2.81 goals against average, 915 save percentage. The Oilers third in the league in the power play with 26%, 79.4% on the penalty killing, 17th in the league. Season series went to the Oilers 3-1, and they outscored the Kings 13-12. On the LA Kings side, they're 44, 27, and 11, 99 points. The first team that we've previewed that has not gotten 100 points. There will be more of those teams tomorrow. Their top 6 skaters, Athanasiou, Kopitar, Kempe, Moore, Dano, and Arvidsson. Their top 4D, Edler, Roy, Anderson, Dursey. Their goaltending, Jonathan Quick, 23, 13, and 9, 2.59 goals in the average and 910 save percentage. And Cal Peterson, 20, 14, and 2, 2.89 goals in the average, 895 save percentage. Power play 16.1%, 27th in the league. Penalty killing 76.7%, 22nd in the league. So let's go over some storylines. So these 2 franchises have a pretty deep history in the postseason. This is the 8th time that the Kings and Oilers have met in the playoffs, and this is the first time they're meeting since 1992. So these teams have very contrasting styles. I think one is a little bit more defense oriented, doesn't score a lot of goals. The Oilers are very offensive, doesn't have a lot of depth, but this can come at you in waves, especially with McDavid and Draisaitl. I think the thing that the Kings have done very well this year in their 4 meetings is that they haven't allowed a goal on the Edmonton power play. So Edmonton has gone over 10 on the power play against the Kings this season, and we know how important the Oilers power play is. So the Kings can carry that kind of play into the playoffs against the Oilers. The Oilers will be in a bit of trouble. For the goaltending, Jonathan Quick versus Mike Smith, I would think. So Jonathan Quick has had a pretty good year, and we know how good he is in the playoffs. A 922 save percentage in the playoffs. And in the last 7 starts, Jonathan Quick has won 6 of those 7 starts with a 2.11 goals against average and a 918 save percentage. For Mike Smith, he had a very good playoff performance last year, posting a 1.2 goals against average. Mike Smith in the last 5 games, not in the playoffs. Mike Smith played very well in the playoffs. I think he only allowed 6 goals in 5 games last season in the playoffs, or 7 goals, something like that. So basically what I've just said. But in the last 5 regular season games, Mike Smith has won 5 in a row and has a 966 save percentage. But in the playoffs, he has struggled. Hasn't won a game in the playoffs. 893 save percentage. Yeah, actually, he had 1 bad game and some really good games. So what I just said, some of it kind of inaccurate, but Mike Smith hasn't won a game in the playoffs for Edmonton. He'll probably be the starter. Let's see if Mike Smith can kind of break that streak. So Edmonton, on paper, looks like they can really take advantage of the LA special teams, but that has not really been the case in the season series. But all of that could change. So the Kings 5-1 in their last 6 games, Oilers 7-1 in their last 8. So both teams coming in hot for sure. And there's a lot to like about both these two teams' performance as of late, and I'm sure that's going to be a very interesting one. I think LA can lock down Edmonton's power play and McDavid and Draisaitl. They should have a pretty okay time against them, but we shall see. So let's look at the forwards and defense here. So McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman highlight the Oilers' forwards. 123 points for McDavid. We know how good he has been. And Draisaitl, 110 points. 55 goals on the year in 80 games. Just second to Austin Matthews. So great achievement there. Bouchard has been good as a defenseman for Edmonton. Barrie as well. For the Kings, Kopitar, Kempe, and Danault. Danault has more goals and assists this year, which is a little strange considering how he was playing in Montreal. Philippe Danault, maybe his style kind of changed. And for defense, obviously, the Kings don't have Drew Doughty, but he still leads his team with 31 points as a defenseman in 39 games. Not here, unfortunately, but will the Kings be able to fare well without him? My prediction here is definitely a bit of a hot take. LA in 7. I think the Oilers have struggled in the playoffs, and I think a lot of that is due to the team figuring out McDavid and Draisaitl. I think when they figure them out and when they don't produce at the rate they have been in the regular season, I think the Oilers aren't the most threatening team. If you stifle those 2 players, you'll have a pretty good time against them. And for LA, I have some faith that they can do that, and that Jonathan Quick will find another gear and do a great job against this Oilers team. All right, so that's going to do it for my preview today. We'll do the other 4 previews tomorrow, starting with the Penguins and the Rangers, and then we'll do Washington and Florida, Nashville and Colorado, and then we'll wrap up our previews with Dallas and Calgary tomorrow. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Hope you enjoy day 1 of Stanley Cup playoff hockey tonight. I know I am, and hope you guys have some fun tonight. All right, so we'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.